Hey guys and gals, what's going on? It's UA72 Riddle on the forums, pretty much everywhere, everything. Just going to do a quick little tutorial that I promised some friends a while back and some other forum members. Having a little trouble with getting their spheroid to work good. This atomizer has been, without a doubt, the absolute best that I've used. I never have any problems with it. I always get good flavor out of it. It's really easy to set up. I can't say enough good things about it. This is what's pretty much, for the most part, gotten me off of Genesis atomizers. There's very few Genesis atomizers that I use now. Granted, there are still some that I do enjoy. But as far as, restoring my faith in silica type wick addies, this one has done it. This one, my Odysseus clone, the Steam Machine VST wasn't too bad, but this one is, as far as I'm concerned, this is top dog right now. So I'm going to try to do a real quick tutorial rundown, show you how I do mine, and hopefully it'll help some people out. Alright, first things first, what I was talking about, to those that remember, if you notice, you got one post here that's a little longer than your other one. And the way I set mine up is I like to put my loose ends over here and my loose ends on the tall one and my loop over on the short one, so that way it kind of lets me lay it flat. Because I found out if you put the loop over here, it tends to either want to try to go around it or push it up. And what that'll do is that'll make that loop kind of fold over even further when you're screwing it in. And I had a lot of problems with the loop actually bending back down and getting in the way of the air hole and touching the coil again. And I really wanted to try to avoid that. And I found out if I put the loop over here, it doesn't seem to do that. It just rolls up just the way I want it to. So that's one point to make that I do. And the way I do my loop is I just take a little bit of it. This is just regular 3mm silica wick. This isn't the same stuff that comes with it. I actually got this from Stormy's Vapor Cellar, but I just figured I was almost out of my good stuff that I got with my spheroid, which is a lot better, but this will do for now. I just kind of take a loop and I put it on there, and I mess with it, just make it a little bigger each time until I got pretty much what I want as far as a loop. It doesn't have to be a very big loop, just enough to get up to that filler material. Even that's plenty there, but go a little smaller. So yeah, something about like that is about all you're going to need. Not much, just a real little bit. You can see it's real close to the same size, as same diameter of the base there. So just keep that in mind. Don't get your wick too big. And then I just take it and cut it with some fingernail clippers. One of the best tools there is for, as far as vaping gear goes. Cuts everything real nice. Cuts your silica real nice without having to leave any extra strands out. Makes a nice little screwdriver there, or nice file for contact points. So works pretty good. Anyway, so I've already got a piece cut and I've already torched it. I do like to torch my wicks to clean them. Some people say it's not necessary. To me, I just find it works better. Got a little nail that I use, and I'm using 30 gauge Kanthal. And I'm just going to do a 4 wrap of this. And make sure you leave yourself plenty of room to work with. Might have been too much room there. And that ought to be plenty good enough for what I needed to do right there. Alright, so that's what you got. That's what you end up with. And then I say I got a little too close to that loop, so I'll just take it and kind of gently slide it back until I get it where I want it, closer to the end. That ought to be pretty decent there. So then just take my coils, my tails. A lot of people like to go diagonal. Me personally, I just like to do it just the regular way. Go around one. Tighten it up. Go around the other way. Tighten it up. Pull this over out of the way, clip it. That didn't stay in there. Clip off that end, clip off that end. Now, you just try to kind of just ease it up onto the top best you can. Once I got it pretty close to the top, I just pull the nail out, and I'll just do it the rest of the way by hand. And I try to get the wick to kind of roll with it, kind of like so. And that's probably one of the ugliest coils I've ever done on this, but that's the first time I've used this wick too, so whatever. And then I'll just adjust my coils out. $3mm might have been a little bit too big, but it'll work all the same. Alright, now I'm going to try to spread them coils out. See if I can get it to where you can see it. Alright, see how the coils are more on one side, so I'll just take them and try to get it all evened up. To where it's more right in the middle. That's about as good as I'm going to get it right there. But that's, you know, that's good enough. You ain't got to be a perfectionist when it comes to doing this, because this stuff just works. And it helps if you have your juice with you. So, give me 1 second. Alright, this is my DIY tobacco banana mix here. I'm just going to prime the coil. I don't have to worry about dry firing it because I've already torched the wick. But so far I've been pretty impressed with this silica wick. I got some coming from silicawicks.com. I want to see how that works out. Looks to be just about the same stuff, and what I'll do is what I should have done first, I usually do, is after I cut it, I'll blow all the extra fibers out. Now that it's wet, it isn't going to do me much good. Alright, and there it is. That's your coil. It's simple as that, and it works good every time. So, hope this helps you guys out, and we'll see you later.